You are now tuned into the sounds of What Black Men Like. Got Malik in the building.
Brooklyn.
Got Willie P in the building. Don't be scared now.
Came up from Alabama.
The #1 apex in the world. I know there's something absolutely unique about these guys.
Legendary.
Y'all know this is. This Mr. No Cat, world famous.
Look, nobody from Baltimore can offend me.
You're now tuned into the sounds of What Black Men Like. Welcome back to What Black Men Like, Black Man's Lifestyle Podcast. This is yours truly, Mr. No Cat. Of course, we got the regular cast of characters back in the building. And this is actually season finale. It's a bittersweet episode because it's the last episode for the season. We had another breakout, phenomenal season. I want to give a special thanks to my man, Willie P, and a special thanks to Brittney Burna. Willie P, you already know how Willie P get down. And Brittney Burna, you just became a fan favorite. I don't know if you, I don't know how your inbox is looking. I don't know how your DMs is looking, but everybody loves Brittney Burna. And I want to give a special thanks to my co-hosts for holding it down this season. But we're not done yet. Got one more episode to go through. And on today's episode, we have a very special topic. But first, we also have a very special guest. So I want to give our guest a chance to come ahead and introduce herself real quick. We have Miss Trina. Miss Trina, can you come in and introduce yourself real quick?
I sure can. Hey, everybody. What's up? Thank you for having me. No Cap, Will, Britt. It's nice to meet y'all. I am Katrina M. Harris from Detroit, Michigan, a.k.a. Trina with the Truth. I'm a stand-up comedian and actress and production coordinator out here in California. Just out here trying to keep it 100 with everybody.
Love it, love it. Today, we are talking about the proliferation of the relationship expert. Seems like everybody's a damn relationship expert, but we want to talk about who's actually qualified to give relationship advice. So I want to start with an example that I saw recently. This was Tyrese and his ex-wife. So recently, his ex-wife came out and said, and I'm sorry, I don't know her name, but I know that she came out and she admitted that she would have stayed married if she had better friends. Basically, it seems like her friends was trying to sabotage her whole little situation there. I don't know if they were doing it purposely or unintentionally, but it's rare that you hear somebody throw their friends under the bus publicly like that. Brittney Burna, Trina, were you aware of that story that came out? And what was your reaction when you heard that? Or if you're just hearing it now, what is your reaction?
This is my first time
Honestly,
hearing it.
No, I'm the same. I haven't heard the situation at all, but it's absolutely hilarious. Look, that very much sounds like a personal problem. That's her, allowing other people to steer her decisions. It's very unfortunate.
Damn, Britt, he's laughing all through this woman's pain, Trina.
I looked this up. Are we talking about this lady, Samantha Lee Gibson? Is that her name?
Samantha Lee. Yeah, Samantha
Lee.
Yep.
I looked her up. She looks like a beautiful woman. This is the prime case of what happens when you worried about your girlfriends instead of being friends with the man you with. So it's definitely her fault. But you have to find friendship in him so you can be honest about how you feel. And it don't matter what they say, because then you can run it past him about how you feeling and you can make your own decision. If I had better friends, sound like she don't have healthy relationships all around.
I've never heard a woman throw her friends under the bus like that. Not publicly. Never in my life.
Right. Like, on top of the fact, where's the accountability, sis? You the one who went for the advice, the terrible advice. What's going on here?
Yeah, sound like a bitter broad to me.
Now we got another special guest that just popped in. Chi, are you there?
I mean, you're playing Uno, eating pot roast and shit. But
We sorry to interrupt your Uno game, but we're going to work you into the conversation. I'm glad Chi is here because she made a statement last time she was here. She said, a nut a day will keep the hoes away. She said, another day will keep the hoes away. So I want us to unpack this statement because it sounds simple, but
Who said that statement?
Chi. Yeah,
Oh, Chi in the building.
Okay, let's go through that statement. Another day keeps the hoes away. Trina, do you think that's a true statement?
For men, It'll help, but it ain't gonna help them keep their dick in their pants. You know, the male ego is a thing. A fine woman come at him, he ain't gonna keep it put away. If that's who he is to the core, oh hell no. So I feel like it stands true if he's an older man. You know, they get they sex drive go down as they keep having birthdays. But if he's somebody right there between 25 and 45, nah, he wild just like the rest of them. But you gotta know that sex ain't love. You know, and women gotta understand that he out here sexing, that don't mean he love these girls.
Brittney Burner, what do you think about that statement?
If you need a nut a day, I think that's quite accurate. I feel as though everybody has different needs. You know, it depends on your libido. If one nut confidently gets you off, that's great. It might be a 3 nut nigga.
Libido, that sounds like an Italian dude from like them Italian movies. Willie P,
Sex drive.
do you feel like that's a true statement?
I will agree that it is a person to person type of thing. All that man hating bullshit, no, I don't agree with none of that. I think it's pretty fucked up for somebody to try to paint all men with the same brush, especially when there's somebody that doesn't like the same type of treatment, right? So another day keeping hoes away, yeah, to a certain extent, I will say absolutely. You know, a sore dick don't want pussy, right? And I've said that before. You know, it can be the finest woman in the fucking world. I don't give a fuck how fine she is. She could be butt ass naked, Megan good. You be like, nah, I'm good. Go on about your fucking business.
I think they were looking a little too deep into the statement. I feel like if you disable the penis, it's not able to function. And you know, a man in his ego, if he gonna fuck something good and new and sexy, he gonna want to perform. After that man done already been drained, he ain't at his highest performance, I believe. I just feel like it takes a lot of tension. When you are drained of your frustration sexually, I feel like you have a clear view of your day and you got clear thinking to not even want to do anything because you already know what you got coming tomorrow because you know your routine. Your bitch is waking you up, taking that shit up out you.
You know what? I'm a highlight a conversation that I had with Brittney Burna, and she really put things into fucking perspective for me. When she said that, you know what, you ain't no fucking woman, so you can't speak for women. And I said, you know what, you're absolutely right. And I would like to extend that same shit to the women on this panel. You ain't no man, so you can't speak for men. All right. You probably know the men that you've been with, that man that you've experienced in your life. Doesn't matter how many it is. 5, 30, 100, all right? You know them motherfuckers. You don't know every man. You can't speak for every man, okay? If you want a man's perspective, then cool. Get a man's perspective. It's a lot of shit that go on in our fucking society. Women figuring out, hey, look, I can't get a man. Why? Because you too busy trying to be the fucking man. You think you know everything there is to know about men, but you don't, all right? You know that motherfucker that you experienced. Just like that lady that No Cap was highlighting earlier, she gone there, listened to her stupid ass friends. Let me tell you, your stupid ass friends, they don't know shit, not a motherfucking thing. All right, you got single women taking advice from single women about being in a fucking relationship. It didn't work for her in her fucking relationship. Stop all the dumb shit, all right? Stop all the fucking bullshit. I'm not calling anybody dumb on this panel. I want y'all to be clear about that, all right? But if you think you're dumb, then yeah, I'm calling you fucking dumb.
But you touched on a point because it's like, who is really qualified to give relationship advice? Who should you be seeking counsel with when you're having issues? Like
somebody has been in a relationship for 20, 30 fucking years.
I'll say 10 years. I ain't gonna say 20. I'll say
10 years is still young as fuck. Okay, that's when you learning your person. That's what I say. You asked me that question. This is what I say. If you pay attention to somebody that's been in a relationship for 20, 30 years, and they can tell you about how they had to make it through all the ups and downs, the bullshit, how they had to pray for each other. When they couldn't bathe themselves, they had to bathe them. When they had to get up and cook for them and shit like that. You take relationship advice from that person, okay? Because they are committed to that shit. That's who I'm taking my life skills from. That's
I agree with
personally.
The 20 years. I agree with the 30 years. But I think every 5 to 10 years, people evolve as people. And I think you can kind of get a good idea of how to navigate a relationship. Trina, you said something about people being friends.
Listen, everything that come out my mouth is gonna be from my perspective, and that's for whoever and whatever I represent. And no offense to Willie, you made some great
Willie
P.
Points,
Willie P. Come on now, you better get me right.
Get him right. Get it right.
respect, King. My bad. But I'm never speaking for men. I'm speaking from the women's perspective. And I think that when Samantha Lee made that comment, she's saying my friends were haters one way or another. Maybe one of her friends fucked her man. I don't know. Back to Chi Chi and that comment, it's like, look, if he can sit up there and bust with you and then want to come right back after you get out the shower, after you clean up and want to hit it again, I mean, yeah, he could be satisfied. I don't think men cheat because they not satisfied. And this is not all cases because, sis, it was definitely some truth to what you said. Keep him satisfied so you don't feel regretful when and if he do step out. And not all men cheat. So I ain't never speaking in absolute. Now, when it comes to the relationship expert, I think the expert is the one that admits I am successful at relationships. I have failed at relationships, but I understand how to love someone and how to communicate effectively. If that's what you want to get from me, cool. But I'm not in your situation with you. I can only speak from my experience. Now, I tell you what, I for damn sure ain't taking no advice from somebody that ain't had no successful relationships, okay? If you only been in a relationship for 2 or 3 years and that's your longest relationship and you don't get along with your mama, your daddy, your sisters, your co-workers, you the one that always get put out the fucking group, you need to
How
be
the
by your
fuck you
damn
don't say
self.
anything?
Yeah, I'm someone that has been married. I have been divorced. I have been dating, mother, daughter, sister. I mean, you got to get with somebody that has worn many hats, never been fired from a job, know how to deal with people to understand relationship. Yeah, you got to understand people.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that time is relative when it comes to the situation. I 100% agree that the people with the longevity, rather, are going to be the ones who have the more experience. And obviously, I'm going to seek that knowledge first. But I also feel as though there are things that people in new relationships do that work well, that people who have been in relationships for a long time also feel work well. And those things are still just as valid and valuable despite the amount of time that they may have had in that said relationship. Things that are healthy, things that you feel match your love language and how you desire to show affection and communication, things that you are able to relate to are all valid material to pull from or useful material to pull from when you're deciding how you want to operate in a relationship.
That's a great point. There's also the idea of a loud minority. It seems like it's a loud minority of people that are taking over the relationship advice space. They're kind of deboing it because they have the ability to navigate social media and the ability to draw attention and create a following. There was also these lists going around where you shouldn't take women on a first date. I don't know if that was real, but I think it was fake news. I think it was fake news, but I know Cheesecake Factory got a lot of publicity because chicks was basically saying, and I don't understand how Cheesecake Factory became the place where you can't take nobody on the first date.
Look, let me tell you this, man. If I'm dating a new chick and I'm like, hey, here we go, we're going to Cheesecake Factory, and she says she don't want to go, okay, cool. Let me let you out of the nearest fucking gas station so you can walk your ass the fuck home. You're not gonna tell me that I gotta pay for the date and then I have to take you where you want to go, and here's a list of 25 things I can't take you to. No, fuck you, all right? Because there's plenty of fucking women out there, right, that know how to be ladies, and they'll say, you know what? I'll gladly go to fucking Cheesecake Factory with you. Honestly, I don't think it's really their fault. I think it's the fucking weak man's fault for fucking accepting bullshit like that. Listen, fellas, I'm gonna tell you the fucking truth. I'm gonna give you this fucking medicine. It ain't gonna taste good, but this is the real shit, all right? If you a man and you accept somebody telling you how you gotta spend your fucking money, you are fucking weak.
I think that whole cheesecake thing accomplished what it was supposed to accomplish. We need to have these conversations because people is just out here fucking lost in the world of dating. It's not for us to judge if the woman should have been at cheesecake or not. I'm going to say this right here and I'm going to drop the mic. If you want something you never had, try doing something you've never done. And whatever that means to you, your approach may be you take the girl to the finest spot on the first date, and that ain't working for you. Maybe you need to start at the fucking coffee shop so that you don't get this gold digging girl that just want to see how much you can ball out. You know what I'm saying? Or if you the one that's always pull up on me at Denny's real quick, late night, it's like that ain't working for you. You got to figure out what worked for you and don't be scared. That's why you keep getting the same bullshit. Everybody needs to look inward and get out the damn box.
Not only that, but I heard that shit was fake.
I'm pretty sure it was fake.
It brought up some real issues, though. I tell you that.
It definitely was triggering, and it definitely sparked some conversations. I don't know if the conversations were as productive as this one, but all we can do is be responsible for the conversations that we have and not internalize them and start having them roll around in our subconscious where we start thinking like them. But
Right.
Chi Cheesecake Factory on the first date. What do you think, Chi?
I feel like if you took time to plan to take me anywhere or just to had a thought of me and shit, I like food. And if I feel like it's a cheap place or something, bitch, I'm gonna order 2 orders of it. I'm talking about on a comedic view of that shit. I don't give a fuck where you take me. If they got French fries and that shit got cheese and some ranch in that bitch, I'm gonna order 2 orders. I'm gonna get what I like and I'm gonna enjoy my motherfucking self. You brought me here, you took your motherfucking time. Maybe you ain't got money to afford the fancy shit.
In totality, the whole list was fucking dumb, right? I wouldn't prefer somebody to take me around their family for the first fucking date. But if they did, then that gives me a better idea of what I have to fucking work with. If they want to really introduce me to their family, now I get to meet their family and their friends. I see how they interact. And then I get a better picture of, hey, do I really want to fuck with this person? Because those are the people that she's close to. Those are the people that she takes advice from. And then the same thing, opposite end with women, okay? If your man take you to see his mom, I wouldn't advise it. But let's say he take you around a couple's fucking date or some shit like that. Now you understand who's in his fucking circle. Now you have a better understanding of that. Man, look, I'm giving away so much fucking game. To be honest with you, I think this whole show is giving away a lot of fucking game. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a great point because when you see people interact with their family and close friends, you get to see like who they really are. I heard a quote recently where I forgot his name, but a guy said, you want to see how your partner treats people that they don't like or treats people that disappoint them. Because eventually you're going to be that person that they don't like. You're going to be the person that disappoints them. You want to see how they interact with those type of people. That's going to say a lot about that person.
And if you black or you dating a black person, pay attention to how they play Uno, right? That'll tell you a lot about a motherfucker.
How they play anything. I need to see how you compete. If you can't read, don't come when we playing Pictionary and carrying on. Dudes be having all the swag in the world till you ask them to read a paragraph out loud.
So Trina, would you say, to pivot this conversation, would you say that being able to read, this is a funny example of a non-negotiable, this person could check 20 million boxes, but if they got this is a non-negotiable. What is that for you?
Man, I definitely call it out on stage. I call out the list for dating, and reading is definitely on my list. But more importantly, when I'm dating a dude, I watch his decision making. I need to see how you be deciding on what you're deciding. Are you deciding to wait to the last minute to get gas? Are you deciding to wait to the last minute to ask me to do something? Are you deciding that you wasn't going to come through with this? I can't follow you if you're making fucked up decisions left and right. And then all it takes for a good relationship or a good marriage is 2 givers and 2 forgivers. I don't never see you forgive nobody. Like, don't be no pushover. I ain't gonna say that. But shit, every now and then you gotta show somebody some fucking grace. Like, cause I'm not gonna be perfect. Trust that I'm gonna fail you. I know you're gonna fail me. Ain't nobody perfect out here.
Hey, I love that. Forgivers
That's real.
and givers. I love that. Brittney, Burna, what's your top non-negotiable?
Lack of ambition for me, it's just something about it that I really just can't do. I just cannot do it. If you don't have any goals or aspirations, I just can't do it.
Yeah, ambition is extremely important for a man. Chi, what's your top non-negotiable?
See, my shit ain't that complicated. I hate bad breath. And if it's like constant, that's a pot on the stove and you found this 5 days later and your breath like that. But
look, you ever smell somebody's breath stink so bad you brush your teeth? You're like, man, let me make sure I got some gum.
You start chewing gum yourself, like,
You start flossing and everything.
What is that, man? Like that should be a law, some type of constitutional amendment.
Do y'all think people with bad breath know they got bad breath though? What y'all
I think they know. I think, Trina, to answer your question, I think they're immune to it. Like, they know that it smells bad.
Like it gets nose blind to it. You don't even smell it no more.
You got to check their relationships because all their friends is fucking liars if ain't nobody told them the truth.
Right, exactly. You know you got to brush your teeth and wash your ass every fucking day, right?
But have you ever smelled somebody bad breath mixed in with toothpaste? Like it's coming from the gut.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
That means that nigga got a dead bite in his stomach.
A hamster done crawled in that mug and died.
But you brought up a good point about this circles back to what we were talking about. Like, what type of circle do you have around you? Do you have people in your circle that can really keep it real with you and check you on your bullshit without hating? Like, how do you distinguish between your friends hating on you and really checking you? There's a fine line.
Hold on, listen. I had just did a comedy show in my hometown, and when I'm at home, I sell out the show. And so Afterwards, you be taking pictures, and you be like, "Come on, let's take a picture." And you gotta raise your arms up and take this picture. My homegirl was like, hold on. And she grabbed my hand and took me to the bathroom. And she locked the bathroom door. She was like, "Friend, handle this shit right now. You is funky. We gotta do something." And let me tell you what I did, because I'm vegan. I had tried that motherfucking vegan deodorant. Oh shit, it was
no,
no
throw that
longer
out.
a
Throw that out.
secret.
Throw that out.
She was
Throw
like,
that
"Go
out.
back to the shit that caused cancer, bitch. You cannot be out here like that." I want to thank my friend TT for pulling me to the side. I swear I didn't even smell it. She got me that day. I'll never forget it. Never forget it.
Dudes we might just say it right there. Like, you must eat in the like. We might just say it right there.
Nigga, what the fuck is that smell?
Like,
you need to do something about that.
But that was a great example of a real one. She wasn't hating. She pulled you to the side. She let you know what was going on. Got you back right. Brittney, Burna, Chi, what's that fine line between a friend that's hating and a friend that's really trying to check you?
I think when shots start getting fired, you start shooting shots, bitch, you mean something different by that. You got something else going on underlying in there. Make sure it's behind closed doors. You pulled me away, you got me to safety, and you made sure we was held down before you told me about it. Because y'all niggas was talking about, I'm gonna tell you right on the spot. Don't you tell me right on the motherfucking spot. You hold me down, bitch.
For real. Like they say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You feel me? You can tell me anything in the world that I need to know. But if it's a gang of people right there and you my motherfucking homegirl, pull me to the side. Don't embarrass me, bitch. It's about how you do it.
Willie P, do you feel like there's a line between hating and checking somebody?
Oh, there absolutely is a line between fucking hating and checking somebody. This is what I would say. If the statement was designed to make you better, then okay, that's a check. If the statement is designed to stifle your happiness, then that's somebody hating on you. All right. Here's an example. You have a group of women, and a guy will walk over and talk to one of them. And then the women that ain't getting the fucking attention, they'll pull the woman away and say, "Hey, no, look, don't talk to him," or some shit like that, right? Hear this from guys all the time. That's fucking hate. If somebody pulls you away from your potential happiness, that's not your fucking friend, and they are not trying to help you, not at all. With men, when we are in the same circle, we hype each other up. If a dude said, "Man, I'm going to go over here and talk to her," all this other stuff, we looking him up and down, making sure he's squared away. We making sure his fucking shit is together, make sure he up on game, right? We'll check her out and be like, "Okay, man, go holler at her." She might not be our type. We might not feel like she's attractive, but he feels like she is. We can be like, "Man, go holler at her."
That's so simple.
The interaction between men is very direct if you're dealing with men. If you're dealing with men, it's like, bruh, we don't really have time to beat around the bush, because if we say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, that could be your life on the line. If you say the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing, you're going to have to be able
physical response.
Physically back up what you said or did.
I feel like I've witnessed that.
You witnessed that?
Right.
Have you been in a situation, though, like Brittney, Burna, Trina, Chi, where you were in a group setting, a guy came up and talked to you, and your friends was kind of like shooting it down? Because I've seen that happen a lot.
My circle love to see me happy. Respect to my real friends. They know who they are. It's like they wouldn't give a fuck if the nigga was trash. In that moment, if I'm having a good time, they gonna let me have a good time. Then afterwards, they may be like, "Girl, but them shoes was busted as fuck. You know what that mean?" Whatever. Because we had this thing. We had this question that we asked internally. When you said what you said, was you trying to build me up or tear me down? And in that moment, that's all it's about. Because you gotta have friends around you that's not thinking about themselves. They thinking about you sometime. And that's the sacrifice and the regalness of friendship. So I can't remember other than high school, and it's been a long time since I've been in high school, but I don't keep women around me that in the moment they be like, "Don't fuck with that nigga." Unless they be like, "Damn, bitch, I fucked that nigga last week." Now you gotta say that shit on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, just let your girl be happy in that moment. She'll figure it out.
Brittney, Burna, Chi, I got a two-part question because Trina touched on something. Number one, have you been in a situation where your friends was cock blocking? And number two, what is the requirement to disclose? What are the disclosure requirements? See the dude come and try to talk to your friend. What are the disclosure requirements in those situations? Start with Brittney, Burna.
Well, let me start with the second question because that's easy. I smashed that nigga whatever day of the week or time period that it was. You just say it. Now for the other question, cock block would mean that I want to talk to this person. No, I don't have hating ass friends around me. So no, ain't nobody stopped me from talking to nobody that I wanted to talk to.
Chi,
The second question, I feel like female or male that you might have had intercourse with, but you didn't have no strong feelings towards that person. You feel me? So now one of your homegirls or your homeboys now met them. You don't feel no type of way. Like it's just not going to be no tension, no feeling behind it, and you let them know that, then that's cool. But other than that, we communicate. We know if it means something to us, we did that. But if it don't mean nothing, hit that.
Listen, I'm going to say something that I've learned from a few women in my experience, right? First thing I want to say is like those friends that are hating on each other and pulling each other away and shit like that, most of them have already accepted that they aren't going to be in a relationship and they can't get a fucking relationship. So it hurts them to see you fucking happy. If you get in a fucking relationship, that means they're by themselves, or it'd be more likely that they'll be hanging out by themselves. That's what I learned from a woman when I asked her about this shit. An older woman told me about that. Another thing that I learned from personal experience and from talking to women is that there's nothing wrong with recycling dick as long as it's great dick. Most of the time,
You
if a
speaking for
woman,
women?
no. Listen, I'm speaking. Shut up, Trina. What the fuck?
Just
Look,
checking.
I was just on your
sound like it to
side,
me.
right?
I
What
just
I'm
checking.
no,
Sound
exactly.
like
Everybody
it.
else heard what I said. What I said was the women in my experience. That's what I said. The women that I've experienced. I can't speak for every woman. What I learned from older women that I talk to, if they get great dick, most of the time they not gonna talk about it. But if they get some dick and her friend get the shit, they ain't fucking mad because it depends on who it is. You know what I mean? I've been in the circle of fucking women. I fucked every single one of them, and they were just like cool as shit.
Show me some receipts.
You know what? You
just
too
messing
far
with you.
away.
Just
No, listen, you too far away.
Hey,
Exactly.
Trina is worldwide. Don't limit her. She'll pull up. She'll pull up on you. Willie talked about a great point in the midst of that diatribe, that whole monologue that he just gave. The idea that there's some people that actually are self-aware enough to know that they don't have what it takes to maintain a
A
relationship,
relationship.
to
Exactly.
maintain a person on a day-to-day basis. I think we need more people that are that self-aware to be like, you know what? I just ain't got it. At this time in my life, I don't have the tools to successfully navigate an interaction with another human being on a day-to-day basis. And that's
Right.
okay. Now, I can still chop it up, chill with people, have situationships or whatever, but just be clear about the fact that you don't have what it takes to maintain a healthy relationship.
Exactly. Because they taking the attention away from women that can maintain those relationships.
That would take a huge amount of self-awareness and to be honest with yourself. They live in moment to moment. Just, I'm happy for right now. Let me put this toy on the shelf and let me pull the other dude down or the other girl down. Let me put this toy back on the shelf, pull this other dude down. Some people just, they not in it for exclusivity.
But if they were to really sit down with themselves and analyze their personal toolkit, they would probably come to the understanding that they literally don't have the skills necessary. I think we all on this panel understand, at least at the baseline, what it takes to maintain a relationship. Probably
Maturity.
Maturity, yes.
The dating game wouldn't be so bad if married people would just stay the fuck up out of it.
Damn. Hold that shit right now.
So the dating game wouldn't be so bad if married people would stay out of it.
I would also throw them fucking hyenas in there. Hyenas need to stay out of the fucking game too.
We got the hyenas, the married people, the bad breath people. Are there any more people that we need to throw in there that need to stay out of the dating game?
Transgenders.
Oh, shit. You said
bisexuals and transgenders need to stay out of the fucking dating game. If you ain't bold enough to tell somebody that you used to be a fucking man or you used to be a fucking woman, then you don't need to fucking date. All right? Be honest with your fucking partner.
I think we can agree that liars need to stay out of the
liars.
Damn,
Yes.
damn,
liars and delusional motherfuckers.
If
Not
you
the
ain't
first
got
fucking
no
minute.
job, don't get in the dating game. Men and women. If you ain't got no job, just stop.
I can pimp somebody if I'm homeless and shit. Matter of fact, I was homeless, and that's how I fucking got.
That ain't dating. That ain't dating. That's scamming.
No.
That's scamming. You a scammer, nigga.
Hey, well, you know what?
No, that's not
Fuck
scamming,
it.
Trina, because that was a transaction. It was a transactional situation. He was giving out a product, and the young lady was receiving it, and in exchange for that,
and
he
a service.
A service.
She was receiving the fuck out of it.
Then that means you got a job. Look.
The fuck?
Chi, do you have an example of anybody that should be staying out of the dating pool?
people that steal.
Don't steal my
I swear I
shit.
had a nigga steal a bottle of Hennessy, like put it at the bottom of his bag and like put his clothes over top of it. And only how I knew because I came out the shower and I was like, ready to pour me a drink, and I knew I had a whole bottle. So he went to go get in the shower. When he's in the shower, just felt around the bag and I felt the bottle at the bottom of the bag.
We need to find out where Malik was during this time because Malik is a Hennessy drinker. Shout out to Malik though.
Wow.
Hey, look, you cannot be stealing people's Hennessy. That is a cardinal sin. If you're willing to steal from somebody, that says a lot about you. Like,
Right.
As we end this off, I want to bring up this quote because this quote was kind of deep to me, and I just want to get your reaction to it. So it was self-development over self-sacrifice. The best contribution you can give to your partner or your friends or your family is to have a self-development mentality. So you take care of you for me, I take care of me for you. That's the quote. So the idea is that if you are focused on improving yourself, if you are focused on being the best version of yourself, that's the best contribution that you can give to your partner in a relationship. Instead of worrying about how much I can sacrifice, it's about how much can I develop. What do you guys think about that mentality? Does that make sense or no?
Absolutely. No. Now, there's going to be sacrifice that naturally happens with that because there's give and take in life, period. But when it comes down to it, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And primarily, you're going to naturally do that. And as you take care of yourself, you're going to be able to take care of others well and properly.
Okay, that's fair.
Let me tell you, I agree with it 100%. I agree with 100%. And this isn't in just relationships, men and women. This is relationship with your kids, with your mama, with your neighbors. If we all friends and we got to keep worrying about you and saving you because you keep trying to give to whoever, and now we got to give to you and keep picking you up. Look, you a liability. So, who was it? Steve Harvey said the best thing I could do for poor people is not be one of them. Like, you gonna need some, you gonna need to have it together at some point. Now, granted, nobody's perfect. We all gonna fall. But when I met you, before we even knew each other, I was somebody that didn't rely on you. So and if marriage is a business and I hired you to do the job, if the job don't look good, what you do? You start applying elsewhere. And if your employees don't look good, you start looking for new hires. So you got to understand, you always got to look good. You always got to look like a good investment. I tell my kids that the day y'all don't look like good investments, I stop investing. So figure that shit out.
That's fair to a certain extent. So this is what I would say, right? I would think the best thing that you can give a person in a relationship is understanding and knowledge, right? I need to be able to understand what my woman needs so I can be able to provide that thing for her, right? Because if I don't understand her, if I don't know her enough, I may be thinking that she wants something that it really ain't that. Or I may have a type of male type of solution to something that she really don't need that type of thing right now. She might not need my logic. Maybe she just needs my listening ear. Maybe she don't need me to fix the situation, she just need me to be there for her. Maybe she don't want sex all the fucking time. She may just want some affection today. I need to understand that about her. And I think the best thing that you can give a person is understanding of them as an individual. Right. And I think another great gift, one of probably the best gift that you can give somebody is being able to pray for them. You pray for them, you pray for their happiness, you pray for their fucking success. But as far as, me giving them self-development, all right, look, when you get me, you get somebody that's doing self-development every day.
I ain't take nothing for granted though, but will you reveal the work that you're doing to her? Like you're getting this understanding of her. Are you revealing who you are as you're doing this work internally? I think some men doing all these things, but they not revealing it to the women. And then we look up and we don't know who you are.
Hey, I like Trina put a little sauce on what Willie was saying, letting somebody in on that journey, letting somebody in on that development. You could possibly develop together. Don't keep the gold all to yourself, especially if you're with somebody.
Right.
And that's what we do with this damn podcast. We put it out to the world because we don't want to keep all the game to ourselves, all the jewels to ourselves. We want to let it out to the world so that y'all can grow and expand. And y'all could be pimps like Willie P. Y'all could be amazing and dynamic and funny like Trina and Chi Chi. And y'all could be a fan favorite like Brittney Burna. And with that being said, we're going to wrap up this podcast. I think I might bust out some Boys to Men right now. Excuse me. Although we've come to the end of the road, still I can't go. Sing it, Brittney Burna. It's our natural road. You belong to me. I belong to you. Okay. Woo.
to the end. Matter of fact, no, don't come to the end of the road. Come to the tip of my dick.
Whoa, no, okay, hold on.
Oh no.
We about to wrap this thing up. I'm about to go get me some Hennessy
Yeah.
that I stole from Chief.
Yeah.
I'm about to get me some
Is
Hennessy.
this weekend?
With
Yeah.
the bottom of the bag, Hennessy.
About to get
Give
up
me
out
my
of
Hennessy
We're
that I
gonna
stole.
drink Hennessy after the show.
Right.
But yeah, Trina, Chi, you guys are amazing. Start with Trina. I want you to come in here, tell people where to find you and how we can support you.
Hey, again, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure to meet everybody. This was so dope and so much fun. You can follow me social platforms, Trina with the Truth. I do comedy shows all over this mug. The best thing you can do is maybe order a hat. I got these Truth Is hats. I wear these hats through the airport, and everybody's, what is the truth? What is the truth? Look, you tell them your truth. But what I say is, look, the creator only made one you, so have the courage to be who you are.
Love it.
Yeah.
Chi, pleasure to have you back. Can you come in here, tell people where to find you, how we can support you?
Okay, it's your girl Chi the comedian. I always have fun rocking with you guys. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at CHE comedian1. I got a lot of shows. Go on my page, follow me, stay up with my events, come out and support me if I'm somewhere near you.
Y'all are two of the best in the game, and you've been rocking with the best podcast in the game. What Black Men Like, another season in the books. See y'all next year. Peace out.